Hey everybody, so yesterday we got some super exciting news from Disney about the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. We finally got pricing. We will talk about that soon. We did, however, get a new trailer, so let's go ahead and dive into that, check it out, and then we'll go into some more info about the cruise itself.
For the first time, it's real. We've traveled to the far reaches of the galaxy. We got recruited by the Resistance. And now, we're ready.
Come on, Dad! We gotta go save the ship.
No. We're gonna save the galaxy.
We have to save the galaxy.
Apparently, he put on his clothes. Without those, he can't save the galaxy.
No, so cool. I love that little that trailer. It like goes to see like the roles you're gonna be playing and like really experiencing the cruise, the Star Cruiser.
Yeah, I mean the trailer for me just makes it really obvious that it's 100% immersive.
Oh yeah.
Like all the time, because you know there's the guy with the headdress and the everyone's dressed up and the room looks really cool. Yeah, and comfortable. Although I don't know if I'd be sleeping in there because I'm just gonna be watching like the window the whole time and just going, look, TIE Fighter. So
yep. All right, so we got a lot of new info kind of released outside of the pricing. We get to see kind of what the itinerary is, a little bit of what we may experience when we're on board the Halcyon. And yeah, so overview stuff is kind of things that we kind of already know. So see it, feel it, live it, 2-night experience where we are the hero or the villain. You know, we could work for the First Order if we want. That'll be me, go total dark side, bring my Sith robes. It's a 2-day, 2-night experience. We're gonna dock at Batuu at some time and go hang out there and see what the locals have to offer. Experience your own Star Wars story. So this is kind of where it goes into, so Star Cruiser is like nothing else. You've experienced part live immersive theater, part themed environment, culinary extravaganza, which I'm super excited for. Food!
because you like food.
I love food. I'm gonna eat all the food.
Like sharing it, but you like eating.
Jackie does not share food. I'm excited to try everything it has to offer. If you all watched the round table they had with some of the Imagineers that were working, they kind of showed off some of the food, and we'll look at that here in a minute too. So it just kind of goes into showing what it's going to be. So you get on your kind of pod that's going to launch you up to your Halcyon, and then you step off the launch pod and you're in your own epic Star Wars story where you decide your fate.
This is like nothing I've ever seen before. And I'm pretty sure that there is absolutely nothing like it out there. And it's like you get to the port, right? Yep. And it takes you up to the Star Cruiser, right? But like once you're in the Star Cruiser, it's legitimately like you are in space.
You're in space.
So if you're a Star Wars fan, this is kind of a big deal because you're there. I mean, it's like being on a movie set, except it's actually there. There are no cameras and there's no fake walls and doors. Like, things are real and the people are real. There's going to be a lot of characters and things like that. So, it's crazy.
Super crazy. So your choices, like I said, determine what happens during your Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser adventure. You'll find something for everyone, including highlights like the unfamiliar Star Wars characters, which is cool. We're going to have characters that are being introduced as canon to the Star Wars universe that you're only going to meet if you're aboard the Halcyon.
It's pretty cool.
Wield a lightsaber and face off against a remote training device. This I'm super excited for because it is the new lightsaber that Disney showed off that's actually a retractable lightsaber, as close to wielding a real lightsaber that you're ever going to get to.
It makes no sense in my brain. Like, my brain does not compute that little thing video we saw.
It looks so real. I cannot wait to hold that in my hands.
I'm trying to figure out how it works. And
I know. Disney magic.
No, like actual
Tinkerbell.
lightsaber magic.
Tinkerbell sprinkled dust on it. You get to explore the bridge and operate the shield system and controls, take an exclusive transport to planet Batuu, so this is where we'll get to go hang out on Batuu, and your story may even lead you to discover the inner workings of the ship in the engineering room.
That sounds fun.
So they kind of hinted at some point we may need to take over parts of the Halcyon because of an event that could occur while we're on board.
Right, yeah. That kind of, that gives me Light of the Jedi vibes a little bit.
All right, so everything that's included in your 2-night stay is really cool. It's kind of like a basic cruise if you've ever been on a cruise. You get 2 nights, either in a cabin or suite. You get meals included, excluding alcohol, of course, which makes sense. And the opportunity to live your Star Wars story through exclusive experiences, missions, and activities.
Cool.
So dining, we're going to have dining. We're going to look at kind of the food category here in a second. They have different cabins. So they have your basic suite and then the captain suite if you want to go with a group of like friends. And I think it's up to 8 people in the room, and it's a 2-bedroom suite with basically all your amenities.
If anyone wants to send us $8,000, then we can go to the captain suite.
So this is one I'm super excited for. So there's the Sublight Lounge, which is kind of like your cantina aboard the Halcyon. You can order a drink, sit back, unwind, and watch all unfold from the comfort of the Sublight Lounge. Looking to wager a few credits? Sidle up to the Sabacc gaming table and play a casual hand of Hollow Sabacc while sipping a refreshing beverage. There's going to be Hollow Sabacc.
I know. I mean, it's like playing Sabacc on a Sabacc table while sipping a galactic refreshing beverage. Just like also the music is original. There's gonna be an original soundtrack, I'm sure, for the Starship Cruiser, and it's gonna be in theme. And there's gonna be, you know, the bartender and the people walking around, and
it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure when we get to the sample itinerary here in a second, there's a Sabacc tournament you can enter as well, which is really cool. So we need to pull out our Sabacc deck and practice, learn all our hands.
Yeah.
All right, so here is a sample itinerary. While specifics of your voyage will be unique to your story, the choices you make and the unexpected surprises that you encounter will determine your personal Star Wars adventure. All right, so here's what we could see on a given day aboard the Halcyon. So you dock and arrive at the terminal at 1 p.m., which is pretty basic.
I mean, it's pretty standard.
That's standard for a cruise.
Normal.
Yeah.
I was totally expecting, like, we had to be there at 8.
Morning. Yeah, I was hoping for a morning, but it does make sense considering that's pretty standard, like you said, for a cruise.
Yeah, I mean, people, you know, if you look at the last day real quick, at the very end, you know, people are leaving at 9:30 to 10. So then they get that evening and the next morning to clean up and, like, redo everything.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, it's a 2-day experience, like, specifically. So it does make a lot of sense that it's starting at 1.
Yeah. Launch pod to your Star Cruiser, so you arrive at 1:15 to 1:30. You have your ship orientation. Ship orientation at 1:45 or 2:15, so it's kind of like basic time ranges in there. Light refreshments, and then Sabacc lessons.
Yeah.
So we got to get ready for our tournament.
There's a bunch of breaks in between these things too, like there's time.
Yeah, and I'm thinking a lot of these things aren't going to line up. Like, not everybody is going to be doing their Sabacc lesson at the same time.
Yeah, that's what exactly what we were just talking about earlier. That doesn't make any sense. And this schedule is really just tentative. It's just showing you, like, this is sort of what it could maybe look like, perhaps.
Yeah. Then you have your muster. You have to learn what to do in case of an emergency, because you never know what might happen aboard the Halcyon. You have your captain's reception, dinner featuring live music.
I'm excited about that.
Cool.
Yeah.
The band's going to be completely dressed in character. Like, this is a role-playing dream.
Yeah.
We have to dress up.
Well, I mean, except for like the family of the people that are fans who are going to be wearing jeans and tennis shoes and t-shirts.
And it's going to happen, but they mentioned, they want to make it a place for the Star Wars fans and a place for the people who love them.
Yeah, which is good. That is very good.
But
very inclusive.
Yes.
And that's great.
But I'm hoping a lot of people, especially early on, I'm hoping a lot of people are going to dress up and do their full costume because they're encouraging full costume.
Right. That's like the whole thing. So
so after dinner, we have the Outer Rim Regalia and then an unexpected story moment. So prove your mettle to join an elite smuggling ring, hide a stowaway to help the resistance. So something story related is going to happen in that kind of time. Then you have bridge training and special atrium entertainment. So that's going to be just a live show probably of some kind. Who knows if it's going to be singing. So day 2, you wake up in the morning, breakfast, which is one of your included meals.
I really hope it's not at 7 though. I really hope they give us a little bit more time.
Well, and this is the thing. So I feel like breakfast is going to be around the same time for everybody.
Yeah, probably.
Like if you're staying at a hotel or a cruise.
It's gonna be the same thing. Yeah.
It might not necessarily only be an hour window, but yeah. And then transport shuttle to Batu. So we get to head down to Batu and see what's going on there. This is what I found really cool is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is here. Which means you're not going to have to do what we had to do when we went and sit on your phone and cross your fingers and hope you get a spot.
It's just you're going to get to do it anyway.
Your group, I'm assuming this isn't going to be everybody aboard the Halcyon, but at your time to go down to the planet, you're going to have a guaranteed slot from this time to this time to hop on Rise of the Resistance.
And then we have this the story moment. For example, you might broker a deal for a heist, or you could arrange to steal a ship from the First Order. So it's cool because this is like right after you get on Rise of the Resistance, or maybe it's like during Rise of the Resistance. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe we're gonna have like a little badge or pin or like a band or something that tells the crew on the ride that we are from the Star Cruiser.
I don't think it's going to be anything that's on the actual ride. They're not going to want to change that. No. I think it's going to be something that happens maybe as you're exiting the ride or while you're in the park. Maybe we will have, because we get those special magic bands. So maybe that'll be like a mandatory thing you have to wear. Kind of like when you build your lightsaber in Savi's, they give you your pin.
Yeah.
Letting you know that you're coming off the Halcyon and then you're going to interact. But I really like this because when Galaxy's Edge was first being talked about on opening, it was supposed to be this really immersive environment. And now they're kind of bringing that with interaction between being on the ship and being on ground on Batu. But yeah, we might have to help somebody in the First Order. Who knows? Maybe a First Order agent's going to walk up to you and be like, hey, can you help me steal the ship?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It'll just be cool. It'll also be really cool because I think a lot of people, like you said, are going to be in full costume and cosplay and stuff. And so you're going to see all these beings running around Galaxy's Edge.
Well, you're going to be able to wear that on Batu. Batu does not allow full costume.
Really?
Yeah. So Batu, they encourage bowing. So when you go down to Batu, I'm sure they're going to not let you be in full costume because they don't want any guests to confuse you for a worker.
Oh, that's true.
So
how are they going to avoid that on the Starship Cruiser?
Maybe that's the point. It's supposed to be immersive. Who knows? Maybe that's the point. Maybe you're not supposed to know who's who at that point. You can just fit right in and they're going to think like you're just part of the crew. After the story moment in the park, hop onto Smuggler's Run. And then you get lunch at Docking Bay 7, which is cool because this is included. You get a meal at Docking Bay 7 as part of your...
They call it a quick service meal.
Yeah. Then you head back to the ship. And this is what kind of got me, because if the time frame is accurate, you land on Batu between 8:15 and 8:25. So we'll just call it 8:15. And then you leave at 12:40. So that's just over 4 hours in the park.
Yep.
So, I mean, what's great is Batu, if you haven't been to Galaxy's Edge, it's not large. You can do a good amount. I mean, it's a good size, don't get me wrong. But you only have the 2 rides, which they already allotted time for that. So, say you get off you're done with your experience, your 2 rides by 10:30. I mean, you really only have an hour or so, hour and a half maybe to explore the rest of Batu.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like go to the ride and then do your story moment, go to the other ride. And I don't know, I think that the rides are going to have a lot to do with what we're seeing on the Starship the day before. And so it's like important that you do the rides.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about it is if I'm a family and this is my first time to Batu, what if I want to go to Savi's and build a lightsaber and want to make a reservation for that? Or what if I want to spend some time in Doc Ondar's? I'm hoping that this is all tentative. I'm hoping that they allot more time on Batu. That way you're not having to like book another day or buy another ticket to Hollywood Studios to go back to Galaxy's Edge again.
Right. So that was like part of the first thing that we noticed when we first looked at this together was like, oh, okay, I thought I was going to get to go to Batu at the end of the 2-day stay. Like we were going to get dropped off at Batu. And then you were just going to be there, right? But then I'm like, okay, but the rides are part of the story, so it makes sense that we're in there in the middle of the whole thing. But that's a really good point. Like if we've already been there, so it's not a huge deal. Like we know what is there, whatever, but it would be nice to have a little bit more time and at the same time though, like I want to be on that Star Cruiser.
That too.
Not on Batu.
Yeah.
And that
too. It's like I wonder if you get that option to not go to Batu, like because maybe you don't want to do an excursion. Maybe you just want to stay on the ship.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna make make it so that you have to do anything because it's Disney. They're gonna be like, be happy, you do you.
But then again, you're going to want to. You want to experience that story moment in the park.
Yeah, you're paying a lot of burritos for that. So
you get your lunch, then you get back on your transport shuttle and head back up to the Halcyon, and then lightsaber training.
I'm so excited.
Which should be really, really fun. And then after lightsaber training, you have a droid racing competition.
Also fun.
So this is what kind of makes this just popped in my head, got me thinking about being on Batu. So you have Droid Depot, which is where you can have your droids built and use that for droid racing. So I wonder if it's something where they're going to provide droids, or if they encourage you, like if you want to enter droid racing, like stop by Droid Depot, make your own R2 or BB unit. And then you can bring that back up to the ship and use that for droid racing.
Maybe they'll tell us to bring our droids.
If you already have one, yeah. I mean, you got to bring R7.
R7 is pretty cool.
You got to put them in your backpack and bring them.
I do.
So that makes me think we may get a little more time because people are going to want to do those activities while they're on Batu because we can't do that anywhere else in the galaxy.
Right.
So droid racing competition, model ship building. That should be kind of cool.
I'm excited about that. That sounds like
I wonder if we're going to build a model of the Halcyon, maybe? That would be cool. Take home your own little model of it.
Yeah. Those two things, sorry. I wonder if those things are for kids. Like, they kind of sound like droid racing competition. Don't look at me like that.
I am a big kid.
But I'm saying kitty. Not like for kids, but kitty. I hope that there's nothing that's kitty, because at this price point, I don't think anything is going to be kitty.
I think they're going to cater to everybody. It's going to be great for kids. Going back to the lightsaber training, we didn't look at it earlier, but I was reading on the site. That is, you have to be 7 or older for that. So there is an age range for the lightsaber training. But either way, whether it's kitty or not, I'm building model shit.
I don't care if it's with crayons.
I'll hang out with those kids and I'll be looking over and be like, what are you doing? So we had sabacc training on the first day, and we have our sabacc tournament between 4 to 5, according to this. Again, I don't think everybody's going to be doing that at the same time.
And if it's a tournament, it should have a prize.
I would hope so. You know? Who knows? We could be sitting there and, like, working along with, like, I don't know, part of the crew. Yeah. Maybe we're trying to win. Maybe we'll win the Falcon. We're not going to win the Falcon, unfortunately. Cocktails at Sublight Lounge, if that's your thing, or you can just grab a water and sit down and relax. Taste Around the Galaxy dinner.
Food from around the galaxy, yes, please. That is literally what I'm coming for.
Yes.
Yes.
So, all right, we'll get to that in a minute. That's going to be really cool. We have another story moment after that. So the first night, we had to prove our mettle to join an elite smuggling ring or hide a stowaway to help the resistance. With this one, we might put a heist plan into action that maybe we started the prior day, bring the stolen ship aboard and watch out for the First Order, which I think that is something that happens in the park.
Yeah.
So arrange to steal a ship from the First Order. So when we're on land, we're maybe stealing the ship, and then when we get back up, we're hoping that ship that we helped acquire and board the Halcyon.
Right.
For what I'm sure will be a big epic story moment at that time.
Yes.
And then a spectacular finale.
Woohoo!
Which, who knows, that's probably tied to that story moment. Maybe there's fighting aboard the ship or the Resistance and First Order fighting, or who knows.
Yeah, it's gonna be spectacular.
It's a spectacular finale.
And what's on the last day?
Last day is just breakfast in the morning, and then you board your transport and head back to boring planet Earth.
Wow. In general, like just looking at this, and this is again, it's a sample. It's a tentative schedule. Like this is what your days might look like there. Now, some things that I'm hoping for in general, which obviously they weren't going to put here anyway, but just some things that I'm personally hoping for is I would love to have, like stores or collectible places on the ship to go to and check out during downtime.
So there is going to be shopping aboard the ship. You're going to be able to buy costumes if it's something you haven't brought prior.
Okay, so bring an extra $1,000.
So yes, bring spending money. And I assume in there they're gonna have collectibles as well. Like it's Disney. They've got to have shops of some kind, and you're gonna have all your costumes and other collectibles.
Now, what I do want in that collectible store is that new lightsaber.
I don't think they'll do it.
They're just gonna keep it there so that like if you want to see it, you have to go.
I think that's gonna be a proprietary thing only Disney owns the rights to, and you will only experience if you're doing your lightsaber.
Eventually, one day will be on sale. That's inevitable. Like
maybe
it has to be. Like you can't go the rest of Earth time without that being available.
And I'm sure throughout the years they'll probably upgrade upon that technology. Right. But for now, I think it's definitely going to be something that if you want to wield that saber, you're going to have to be aboard the Halcyon.
We'll check back in 12 months to see who won that one. And then another thing, which I'm sure that they're gonna have this, right? But like in the what you get in for your package part of the website, it says you get 2 breakfasts, 2 lunch, 2 dinner, right? So apart from that, I'm a food person. I hope that there's gonna be like an open caf or something to go get food in between food, because I eat like 17 times a day. So
yeah, I don't know if that'll be kind of part of the all-inclusive deal, but I'm sure you'll be able to go to the sublight lounge at any point and sit down and order something if you want.
You just have to pay for it.
Yeah. Maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for.
What?
Food. The dining experience. All right. Look how gorgeous these looks.
These things look insane. They don't look like they're from here.
No, and that's the point. Yeah. Look, blue shrimp. We don't have blue shrimp.
I mean, I don't eat shrimp.
You don't eat shrimp. I'm gonna eat some blue shrimp. On the first night of your adventure, the Crown of Corellia dining room transforms for dinner into an enticing table service super club with a special musical appearance by a Galactic superstar. You'll enjoy a special evening with distinctive dining and entertainment as you socialize with passengers and crew. The second night, the Taste Around the Galaxy showcase courses inspired by the geography and environments of iconic destination planets throughout the galaxy. So I assume we're going to be seeing stuff from Mustafar,
right,
or Hoth, or not Ewoks. I almost said Ewoks. I hope I'm not eating Ewoks. Endor. With the serving of each course, a brief introduction presents the name, inspiration, and ingredients for the dishes. So it's pretty cool. You're going to learn about what you're eating, and then where it came from, originated, and then eating.
Yeah. Awesome. It says that it includes group appetizers for the table, a choice of an entree, and a specialty plated dessert.
I'd love to get more than one entree. Like, I know you can only eat so much, but it would be cool. Like, it says a taste. Where was it? A taste of the galaxy.
Taste around the galaxy.
Taste around the galaxy. Yeah. But you get to taste one thing from the galaxy. Like, it would be cool if you could have a sample of each little entree.
I want some galactic tapas. Okay, that is my dream.
Also, you can indicate your preference for first or second dinner seating. So one will be like if you're used to probably eating earlier or later in the day, you can indicate your preference from that.
Okay.
Breakfast and lunch is going to be around there. Sublight lounge is where you're going to be eating. Dining on your plane and excursion, so letting you know you can eat at Docking Bay 7 or other select locations. So if Docking Bay doesn't have something you want and want to eat somewhere else in Hollywood Studios, you can choose to do so. This is kind of neat. So if you want to pay a little bit extra,
more burritos,
you can eat at the captain's table. So arrange to sit at the captain's table for an especially memorable dinner experience. Enjoy extra courses. So this is where if you want to try more of the galaxy, you gotta pony up some credits,
right?
And sit at the captain's table.
Yeah.
The captain's favorite dishes while seated. So you get to try the captain's favorite dishes while seated in a prime location in the center of the Crown of Corellia dining room.
That looks really cool.
It does. Now the question is, how many more credits? So, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Oh, this is the second moment.
Second moment. First moment was the moment I was waiting for. All right, so we already know what's included. 2-night stay in a cabin or suite. Ongoing immersive interactive entertainment where choices determine your experience. Food, so you get 2 breakfast, 2 lunch, 2 dinner. Food number 2. Yeah. Admission to Hollywood Studios. Valet parking, so you get to park your car while you're there. And your special Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser data band, aka a magic band. Right.
Which hopefully will be Star Wars themed, so we can keep it forever and ever and reuse it.
Yeah. Alright, so pricing. 2 guests per cabin per night is $1,209.
Or $4,800 total for a 2-day stay, which technically is more like a day in the actual start.
So 2-day, 2-night stay, everything that's included.
Okay, so basically, like, I'm gonna be selling burritos and cookies. I sell my kidney.
We're gonna be hitting up Falcon Squadron for a fundraiser.
My Venmo is
3 guests per night per cabin, so 2 adults and a kid. So mom, dad, they want to bring their kid along. $8.89 per night per guest, or $52.99 total. Or 4 guests per cabin, which is 3 adults, 1 kid at $749 per night per guest, or $6,000 total.
Yeah.
$5,999. It's less scary looking, right?
No, not really.
So yeah.
How do you feel about the price?
I had some sticker shock. Like when I saw it. We already had rumors, right, floating around, and I was expecting around $2,000. Which it's not far off. You're looking at $2,400 a night per person, like for you and I, which is a lot of money. This is definitely an immersive experience. But look at everything you're getting. Like, you're living in a fully immersed Star Wars experience that you can't get anywhere else.
Right. To me, the price, I had the same thing. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, let me take a deep breath.
I know, it's like, but Star Wars.
That's half of the down payment I made for my car. So this is an exclusive experience, and so it comes with an exclusive price. And what does, like, it's definitely not going to be for everybody, but it is full of these experiences. Like, if you go to Galaxy's Edge and you want to do the lightsaber experience, it's $200. It lasts 30 minutes. And you walk out with your lightsaber, right? And it's totally immersive. It's super cool. If you haven't done it, do it. She did it. She loved it. So here on this ship, first of all, you're staying at a hotel, like at a really nice hotel. which really nice hotels are at least $500 a night. There's a ton of resorts, other resorts at Disney that are way more than $500 a night.
Yeah.
The Wilderness Hotel, for example, is like what, $700-800 per night. Don't quote me on that. But it's at least $500. And then on top of that, you have all the experiences. So like the Jedi, the lightsaber training, and then the cabin thing, where you get to like man the ship and learn about it. The sabacc tournament, sabacc training. Each one of those, I just look at them as $200 experiences.
Yes, I look at it like if you've been on a cruise, you have your basic cruise, and then if you go somewhere, say you dock at Cozumel, and you can get off and visit the place.
Right.
But while you're there, you may choose to do different experiences. Maybe you want to go scuba diving.
Right.
Maybe you want to go see the turtles, right? And each one of those is an added expense. So if you look at it that way, these events that you're experiencing or you're going to Batu are all these extra excursions that are part of your experience. And you're also getting these story moments that you're not going to experience anywhere else. That's just for you.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other hotels and things out there that are not going to be attainable for absolutely everyone, but it's because of what they're offering.
Yeah.
So start saving. You have 12 months to get there. We definitely will be, because even at that price, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I don't think that like I'm gonna get there and be disappointed. I think Rise of the Resistance was a shock. As soon as I walked out of that ride, which was like 14 minutes, I felt totally immersed in there. It was the best 14 minutes of my life. So I think that being on this experience on the Star Cruiser is going to be totally worth it once we're actually there.
And you get to make it whatever you want. You can interact with it as much or as little as you want to. And I think it's one of those things that when we go, we're gonna milk it for all it's worth, and we're gonna dress up. We're gonna dress the parts. We're gonna interact with any story moments as we can, and it's memories you're never gonna get anywhere else.
Exactly. I just hope it really does live up to all this hype and this expectation and everything that we're seeing, and that we get extra when we get there.
Yeah,
like that's what I want. I want to get there and still be surprised and wowed and all this. So
we're gonna be. There's, Disney.
I'm loving this
stuff up
optimism.
their sleeves. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more news on this as we get closer and closer. Spring 2022, so we still have a little bit of ways to go for it.
Spring. I've been saying 12 months this whole time because I was thinking.
Spring of next year. I'm excited. Are you excited?
I was just gonna say that I'm excited. It's it seems like far away, but it's not. It's gonna be here before we know it.
Jinx.
And yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything and all our points of views about all the different things here, and I can't wait.
Yep. We're gonna go. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Get your clothes ready. Get your wallet ready.
Right. If I start selling cookies and burritos online, I'll let you know so you can buy some.
I'm so excited for our venture on the Halcyon, though. It's going to be a blast, and spring 2022 cannot come fast enough.
But I need the time, though.
Yeah, I definitely need the time. I'm scared to see what that virtual queue is going to be to get tickets.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where, like, it's going to launch, and then you're not going to be able to get on. The website's going to crash.
They already said, like, when I was reading before, they were like, have multiple dates ready just in case your first date you want isn't there anymore.
I mean, whatever date comes up, we're going to make that the date that is going to be good.
That's where we're going.
So
time off work, check.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, can't work for 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
So yeah, let us know what you're excited for aboard the Halcyon. If you want to go, what you thought about the pricing of it, if it's kind of what you were expecting or not, for everything that's included. And hopefully we'll see you guys aboard the Halcyon in spring 2022.
Pretty cool. Bye.